Hello everyone, welcome to Li's Kitchen. It's the harvest season of the tomato. I'm going to make the basic tomato sauce use Instant Pot today. Okay, I'm going to wash the tomato and take the stem out first. Now I'm going to cut the tomato into a small piece and also take the stem out. I have two different kinds of tomato, the regular tomato and the cherry tomato. Cherry tomato just cut into half. Now the tomato all cutted, I'm going to put in the Instant Pot and also have a scale to weight it, how many pounds of tomato going to be. Okay, I'm going to divide it into twice. This one is 2.5 kilo. Now I'm going to weight the rest of them to see how much left. Totally 2.3 kilos tomato. I'm going to make them equal. Now I'm going to insert the pot into the Instant Pot. Cover with the lid and manual choose pressure cook for 10 minutes. You can see it's high pressure and it's for 10 minutes. I'm going to use some mason jars to store the tomato sauce. Now I'm going to use a big pot, put water to sterilize it. And just turn on the heat to boiling for 10 minutes. Need to add more water. The tomato had been high pressure cooked for 10 minutes. Now I'm going to wait and naturally release the pressure. In the meantime, I'm going to make some lemon juice. Cut one big lemon into half. Now I had been waiting for 18 minutes. I'm going to open the lid. Now the tomatoes are more softer. You either can use a hand mixer or the Ninja blender. Today I'm going to try the Ninja blender first. Now I'm going to puree the boiled tomato. Before I simmer the tomato sauce from puree, and I'm going to put the other half of tomato into the Instant Pot, do the same thing to boil for 10 minutes. I will be back. Still very hot. Take the blender out first. A lot of seeds, so we can simmer the seeds and some of the skin out. We got this much skin and the seeds out of the puree. The puree look nice, and we will just wait for the second half to be ready. Going to get the jar out of the pot. It's very hot. I try to put the boiled tomato into a simmer to simmer some of the tomato juice out, so make it easier to get it thicker. still very hot. Be very careful. Now put the tomato into the blender. I'm going to puree it. I'm going to pour all the pureed tomato sauce into the instant pot again, and 1 lemon juice, about 50 milliliter. 1/3 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon salt, some of the black pepper. Now going to saute for 30 minutes to make it even thicker. Once a while, just stir the sauce a little bit to make sure it not stick to the bottom. Today I'm making the basic sauce, so if you like, you can add some dry seasoning, basil or bay leaves, whatever you like. Had been sauteed for half hour. Now I'm going to have a look, and the texture looks okay, and I'm going to put a little bit on the plate. So when it's not running, it means the texture is okay, but I'm going to taste it to see. It tastes a little sweet to me, so I'm going to add another half tablespoon salt and some of the soy sauce to give some color. And saute for another 5 minutes, and it will be ready for put in the mason jar. The sauce just thicker and smooth like this. It doesn't fall off. It's the perfect consistency. Now I'm going to put it in the mason jar. Put a teaspoon lemon juice in each jar to keep it more fresh, longer. Leave a ½ centimeter to the top and clean the outside. For 4.3 kilos tomato, I'm going to make a 2.5 mason jar. It's 500 gram each of them. And now I'm going to use the lid to cover it. To check the lid before to put it on. Screw the lid on tight and move backward a little bit. Now I'm going to put the jar into the pot. And the water put all the way up. Going to boiling for 40 minutes. After boiling for 40 minutes, I turn off the oven and leave it and let it cool down until room temperature. I'm not going to take it out. All the lid dip in a little bit. It means very well sealed, and it can keep for a year without open this. If you open it, because it's non-preservative, you have to finish up in 3 weeks. Now I'm going to open one jar. It's sealed very well, so we can't open it. Use hand. I use a spoon. I got some fries here, so we can use it as a dip sauce. It takes the sweet and the sour, and it has the original tomato flavor. The sauce has the kind of marinara taste, so if you add some dry herbs, you can use it as a pasta sauce or pizza sauce to make pizza. Thank you for watching. See you next time.